In this tutorial we're going to have a look at how you make changes to your Blackboard 9.1 course from a course that's been imported from version 8 of Blackboard. Now when you go into Blackboard you will go into the My College page, and within that page there is a module called My Courses, and that will show you all of the courses that you're enrolled on as a teacher and can therefore make changes to those courses. So let's just go into one. Let's go into Archaeology A-Level. Now first of all, you notice that I've gone into the course with editing mode on, and I've got this little button on the top right of the screen. It says editing mode is on at the moment, and that means that I've got information at the top of the page here. I've got these arrows along the left hand side of the course menu. I've got all of the items in the course menu available. If I turn that off, I will see the course as students will see it, so it might be useful to occasionally toggle between the two. But to make changes, of course, you need to have editing mode set to on. Now you notice that in this particular course there are no announcements, but you may well have announcements that are quite dated, because those will have come in from version 8 of Blackboard, and you might want to delete those obviously and start afresh. But what's important here is that we have gone into Blackboard with the announcements page set as the course entry point. In other words, the first page that students see when they go into your course, and you may well want to change that. A very sensible course entry page, I think, would just be the home page. If we just click on that, you can see that in the home page here you've got various modules, one of which is actually My Announcements anyway, so students will always be able to see the most recent announcements. And if they click on More Announcements, if I just do that, then of course, well, that takes you back to where we were a moment ago anyway. So let's look at how we set the home page as the course entry page. Well, to do that you need to go to the control panel, and you go into customization, which is down here, and then there's a little arrow pointing to the right. Just click on that, and then into style, and you've got various options. You can choose text or buttons and colors and things like that, but the one that we want to have a look at is number 4, select course entry point, and you can see here that the entry point is set to announcements at the moment. So let's just click on the little button there to pull up this drop down menu. We'll change that to home page and then submit. You should now get this green bar that appears along the top of the page showing you that you've been successful. So now our home page will be set as the course entry page, and let's just check that. If we go back to the My College tab, go back into our course, and there we go, this time we've gone straight into the home page. We'll make a couple of other changes to the home page. Well, firstly, the modules that we've got here, these 4 modules, are not particularly balanced, so we can just drag and drop, neaten those up. You may actually want to change the name of the home page, and you can change that in the course menu. You've got this, it looks like an upside down Citroen logo, just this context menu, and if we click on that, then one of the options is to rename the link. You might want to call it a welcome page or something like that. And what we're going to do here is to add a banner, and to add an image as a banner, and give the page some kind of visual interest, if you like, some kind of identity, something that's meaningful obviously to the course. Now to do that, where it says home page here, you've got again that context menu. If we just click on that and go down to page banner, then that will take us into a text editor. Now in that text editor we can also add images. We're not only adding text, we've got this icon here, and you can see there that that will attach an image. So first of all, let's just create a line of space, and then we'll attach an image. If we browse my computer, and this is an archaeology course, so I'm going to pick up the Stonehenge banner. Notice that I've got this as 765 pixels by 100 pixels, and just from trial and error that seems to be a good image size for, if you like, the standard resolution of the monitors that we've got within the college. I mean, there isn't really a standard, but most seem to be set to 1024 by 768, and so this image size here will fit that very nicely. It will depend a little bit, or how it looks rather will depend a little bit on how the monitor is set, and if you need more help on that, then obviously have a chat. But if we just open that, you can pretty much ignore the box then that comes up here and just click submit. So there's our image, and if we click submit again, that will appear within the text editor. Now I'm just going to change home page so that it says welcome to A-level archaeology. I think I've spelled archaeology correctly. And then we need to change the settings that we have here to use custom page banner, because that's what we're creating, a custom page banner. So if we just click the button there and then submit, and then now that will appear. It's not appearing as students will see it because we've still got editing mode set to on, so let's just turn that off, and there we go. That's how students will view our course entry page. Let's just have a look at a couple of other modifications then that you'll need to make. So if we turn editing mode back to on, now I want to spend a little bit of time here just having a look at the course menu, because what you've got here is effectively two menus in one. You've got a menu created by 9.1 and a menu that's been imported from 8. And pretty much everything that's at the top here, home page, information, content, discussions, groups, tools and help, that's really from your 9.1 course, and everything really below announcements on here has been imported from version 8. Now some of the items here will be empty. If you have a look at information, you notice that there's a little grey square here, and that indicates that there is no content, no information in that link. Our content area, ironically, also has no content in it. But if you go down the menu to here, course materials, well, that's actually your content that has been brought in from version 8. Let's just have a look at that. Let's go to this top content, click on that, nothing there, it says folder is empty. Let's have a look at course materials, and there is all of your content then that's been brought in from version 8. So we need to tidy that up a little bit. So, well, information, we know that there isn't anything in there, and then if we go down, there's a folder called course information, and that one has got the content in. There's the schemes of work and specification and things like that. So let's just get rid of a couple of things from this and we'll tidy it up. Now to do that, you just use the context menu, just click on that, we'll go down to delete, and then just OK. We don't need content in there either because we've got course materials, so let's just delete that. And then you notice that we've also got tools here. Just click on tools, and then we've got tools here as well. Click on that, it doesn't change, of course, it's exactly the same. So let's just get rid of one of those. It doesn't really matter which one we get rid of. Let's get rid of that one. So there we go, that's starting to tidy things up a little bit. As we said earlier on, when you go into the home page, one of the modules is actually My Announcements. So in a sense, we don't really need announcements here. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. So there we go, that's starting to tidy things up a little bit. Somehow the order doesn't seem quite right. To go from home page, discussions, groups and things like that, they don't really seem to be in quite the right order. So let's just change the order, and we do that by hovering over these arrows on the left hand side and then just dragging and dropping these items to their new places. So let's move up course information, let's move up contacts, which is all about the staff, the teachers on the course. Let's move up course materials. So those really are the content areas. And then we've got discussions, we've got groups, we've got tools. Let's move up assignments. And then I think we'll have help down at the bottom. Perhaps we'll move up the websites as well. So we're just trying to make a sensible order for those items, and we can make distinctions clearer by adding subheaders. If we just go up to this action button on the top left of the course menu, and then we'll go down to create divider. That will appear at the bottom of the course menu. Let's just put in a couple of dividers to make things a little bit clearer. Obviously it's up to you where you put those. So there we go, that's a menu now. Let's just see that as students will see it. So that's looking much clearer than it did a moment ago. Now just one other thing I think that we might want to do. Let me just turn editing mode back on, and that is to show folders perhaps slightly differently from the way that we see folders in version 8. At the moment all of the folders appear just in a list, and they've got various descriptions there, but these are pretty much top level folders. Introduction, AS Archaeology, this might be Unit 1, Unit 2, etc. We have to do a little bit of scrolling down the page, and I think one thing that you want to try to do is to limit the amount of scrolling that your students do within a page. And we can do that with top level folders. If we go to this context menu here next to course materials, if we change that to show icons only, then again let's just view that as students view it. There isn't quite as much scrolling now. In fact, actually we can get everything just onto the to the one Blackboard page, and that might make it easier to navigate your way through your course page. What you haven't got now is the description that's underneath, but as I said, these are pretty much top level folders, and so the name of the folder should be meaningful. If you think it's not and you want to change the name of the folder, let's just go back to the editing mode on and just use your context buttons. Just take this one here, and then you can edit. There we go, we've just changed the name there, and then we click on submit. Just cancel out of this one for now. If you want to change the order of these folders, then again you can just drag and drop, just hover over these little handles, and then you can move those to new positions. But that should give you a reasonable starting point then to start bringing new content into your Blackboard 9.1 site. Obviously, if you've got any problems, then just give us a shout.